Rocky, we've kicked old man Lynchy out for this segment.
Yes.
It's time to jump into some betting, as you've already said. Look, I think it's time that we looked at some of the player markets because we haven't touched on the Coleman for probably 6 weeks or so now. Things are getting very interesting. We spoke at the top of the show about GWS and Jesse Hogan. He's come into $3.50 to potentially win the Coleman. I think he's about 3 goals behind the very short price favourite Charlie Curnow, who's going around at about $1.33 at the moment. Could you advise the punters into backing Hogan just for a little bit of value here?
Oh, I don't think so. I think Curnow, just with their last 4 weeks, I think Carlton, there are no easy beats there, but Collingwood, softer opponent. Hawthorn are playing a lot better, but I think you still kick a couple. West Coast, I think he probably wins it, but it's down to a race of 2. You've got King there as well, who's, if he had been kicking straight, he's had 13 shots in the last 2 weeks.
He'd be in it for sure, yeah.
And he'd be right there, and I don't think Harry Mackay will be able to catch him. So I think it's a race in 2. I think Curnow having that slender lead of 3 goals, I think he might be over the line.
Sticking with Curnow, another milestone coming up this weekend, as we've already spoken about for Scotty Pendlebury. Pretty simple question for you this week, mate. We don't have any player markets to go off of as we're recording this on a Monday. But do you think we're going to see Pendles go off for 25, 30 disposals in this one against Carlton?
We've seen him come off early, I think, just to rest him up for this one. I don't think so. I think 20 plus maybe the safe market. I know we don't have markets yet, but I think 20 plus. We've seen him dominate a game earlier in this season. He started on fire. I think it was against the Adelaide Crows where he set up all those goals and kicked 1 or 2 himself. So I would be leaning towards maybe 20. I don't think he's got the big 30 plus in him. I might be wrong. They might feed him, but I think you've got Dacos and those boys that'll run riot and get the high numbers, and Pendles will just have the 20 plus.
Jeez, you're making it hard for the punters here, mate. We're looking for some value. You're not steering us into any.
Well, I've tried to the last couple of weeks. Charlie Cameron 3 plus and Sarong 35 plus, but they let me down. So
yes,
I need to have a crack though, don't I? Let's go Pendlebury 30 plus.
You're doing it. Lock it in.
Yeah, 400th. They're going to feed him.
Yep. All right. There we go. He loves it. Let's see if we can find some value in the top 8 market, because it is that time of year where we got to start looking at the finals picture. Hawthorn have come way in to make the top 8 into $1.45 now, so not a lot of value on offer there, but you can still take $5 for Essendon and $7 for Melbourne. I know you said in the early part of the show that it's basically down to 9 teams, but if I had to talk you into one of these teams, who would it be? Melbourne, Essendon, Collingwood still $17? Mathematical chance.
Oh, I don't think Collingwood can. If you had to talk me into one, maybe Essendon. No, not Essendon. No, they can't do it. They've got Sydney, Brisbane,
You just throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Dockers. They've got 3 of the top 4 teams.
Yep.
The way they've been playing, unless they pull the rabbit out of a hat, it's probably Melbourne that you got to give a chance to, only because the Western Bulldogs Sunday game, whether they can get up for it or not. And you don't know what they're going to get. They've got Port Adelaide, Gold Coast. So they potentially can win their last 3 or 4 games. But I think it's down to 9. I think the Hawks are the only ones that can. I don't think they will, but they're probably the only ones that can slip in. If I had to lean into someone, though, Melbourne.
Okay, there we go. Let's talk wooden spoon. Well, I guess both of us are kind of hoping that Richmond takes home the spoon, just because of our beloved host Dylan will be a very, very sad boy. $1.70 for the Tigers to finish bottom, and then you can take $3.50 for North. Are we happy to take the $1.70 for the yellow and black?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they will win, although $3.50, you're pretty much taking a head-to-head game this week.
You are, yeah.
So it's probably worth having a little nibble at North Melbourne, just in case Richmond get up and about. I don't think they will, but if they do, it's good value there, because then they pretty much win the spoon. So I could nearly lean into getting around.
Hedge your bets?
Yeah, okay. Going around that.
Let's jump into the multi now. We're still searching for the second one. Last week I took Brisbane to cover -10.5 against the Gold Coast. That came off. We went bloody close on Charlie Cameron to kick 3+. What happened there?
Well, we kicked the first goal, then unsided for 2.5 quarters, kicked his second, then he snapped around in the start of the last quarter for his third. I was in the commentary box, thought that's done, missed it, pulled it too much, so finished on 2.
He's due to kick a bag though, isn't he?
He is. He's. I sort of went in on him because thinking that he would get it done, because he's had a bit of a quieter season. He has bobbed up every now and then, kicked goals, but he's been disappointing this year for what we've seen previously nicely from him.
He has. I also took Fremantle to cover minus 36.5 against West Coast. I think they only won that by about 33. I don't have it in front of me, but a bad beat. And then you took Caleb Sarong 35 plus, who again is making a stake for the Brownlow late in the year.
Yeah, won another medal over there, didn't he? So he was outstanding, 35 points. So he missed it by 2 points. So tough beat. And Sarong was a tough beat as well. He was on 20 odd at half time. I was sort of thinking 40 plus, here we go. And then he just stopped. So he finished on about 32, 33. But you know what? It's another week. We get another opportunity.
That's it, mate. I like your optimism. Again, we're recording this early in the week, so no player market. So we're just going head-to-head bets. I've gone Collingwood plus 12.5 against the Blues. Big game for Pendles. I think they get up for that one. It pains me to do it, but I've also taken GWS to beat my Hawks down in Canberra. I just think Hawthorn's record down there isn't too great. So taking the $1.75 for the Giants. What have you got?
Back-to-back road trips for the Hawks as well, which you don't often see for a Melbourne club. I'm just going to play line and length here. I'm going to take Fremantle to beat Essendon on Sunday afternoon and Brisbane to beat St Kilda as well. I think they both just get it done. I think Essendon's season will be over. St Kilda playing better footy, but Brisbane get a few troops back and they're probably the most informed team in the competition.
Bulletproof logic right there. To recap, we've got Collingwood to cover against Carlton, the Giants to beat the Hawks, Freo to beat Essendon, and the Brisbane Lions to beat St Kilda, $8.13. Where are we finding that multi, Tom?
On the Neds app in the specials section, I think, and somewhere else. Watch it on YouTube, tell your mates, share it. I'm not sure. It could be everywhere, I know.
Everywhere, mate. This is the most popular multi in the country. Not really. All right, good chat as always, Tommy.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website